Hello, everybody, and welcome inside of the Rogers studio for another episode of Knights Talk. And I'm your host, Matt Sanderson. Along with me tonight, we have Johnathan squared in studio. We have Johnathan Gosselin and Johnathan Cohen. Guys, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
All right, so I know it was probably not the way that you guys wanted this week to go, 3 losses, but tell us a little bit about this team as you guys go forward towards playoffs, Johnathan.
I mean, it's a great bunch of guys. We're building something great, and I think more we advance, more we're gonna build, and I think when we'll get into playoff, maybe we could kill some surprise.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Johnathan, we were actually just talking about it. I'm gonna have to look at you when I talk to you because you're both Johnathan. So we were talking about it off camera, the fact of how you guys, it seems like you guys get up for the bigger teams and you really test them at some point. Temiskaming, it was an 8-6 loss, but you guys were in it until the very end.
Yeah, I mean, the boys fought really hard. I mean, it's a really good game. Had some downs in that game.
Yeah.
Pretty good goals. I mean, 2 by Ashton and 2 by Jack Hillworth. I mean, that was a real good fight until the end.
Absolutely. All right, well, let's go and take a look at the highlights from Thursday's game, and we will get back to everything right here in the studio. Take a look at Thursday night's game.
And welcome to the Meaford and St. Vincent Community Center here tonight with the GMHL game tonight between the Meaford Knights and the South Muskoka Sheep. And not just that, the one that missed, Lecomte hitting the post, that was right there.
Almost.
Shot blocked there, that was number 6, looks like Benjamin
Nice
Kelowna,
keeping.
who dumps it right back in. Patrick Light pulls it up against the boards. Still got someone to hold of it. Centers it! Shot!
Oh! Number 91, Tony McHale with the goal.
Shane Singleton there
Shane
on the other
Singleton.
side. One thing I do think it's interesting about the Knights and Meaford there is there comes an Elia. Zetalov scores!
And as I've said, 44 is lethal on the this Muskoka Shield.
The puck he saved it, but it right up his shoulder, so he had to try to flip himself over to corral it enough to be able to make sure that didn't roll up his shoulder into the net.
Oh, and a turnover. Nathan Pavilion trying to put it in, and he scores! Puts it 5-0, what a great goal!
Hayer.
Hitting the 5-minute mark in the third.
And now here come Ivan Billy and the South Muskoka Shield. He just scores! Ivan Billy with an absolute bullet there, top cheese.
Meaford Knights win, but Muskoka trying not to let up here as it'll be dumped out. And this is going to be 44 coming down the wing. And he shoots, and a nice save, and another save, and they score! No defense by the Knights. 5 seconds
Gosselin
left in this game.
Dumped Starro there. The puck shot fired up over Baker, over everybody. They're going to call it an icing? No, sir.
And that'll be the end of the game.
And that will end the game here with a 3-2 loss in the end to the South Muskoka Shield. The Knights of Meaford led twice in this game at the almost pretty much the whole 20 minutes there.
Yeah, obviously a tough loss to South Muskoka, especially a team that you guys were really trying to keep pace with there. Johnathan, tell us a little bit about that game. The score mentions it, the fact that you guys were leading in a couple different spots.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great game for the guys. We all worked out. Just lucky bounce from the other teams, and we couldn't score when we had the chance to. They did, so that's hockey.
Absolutely.
And we're going to learn from that.
For sure. All right, well, let's go and bring up the sheet with the other games that we had this weekend. We'll bring it up here in just a moment. This past week, so you saw the South Muskoka and Meaford game. Temiskaming and Meaford 8-6 there, and then West Nipissing and Meaford 5-2 there. So that unfortunately adds a little bit of a cushion for South Muskoka and West Nipissing. West Nipissing at 29 points, South Muskoka at 27. Let's take a look at the North Division, right on cue from producer Mark Perry. Ville-Marie and Temiskaming, those two are just battling back and forth right now. 59 points each. And then you've got New Tecumseh with the Bradford Bulls and the Rattlers with 50 points. And then Bancroft, and then you've got Almaguin, West Nipissing, South Muskoka, and the Meaford Knights, 4 points back of South Muskoka. Now let's take a look at the scoring leader. Sorry, we'll go over to Division South. 62 points there for St. George. You've got Niagara and Kingsville in that mix with North York. And then there's a big gap. Northumberland has 37 points compared to the 54 from North York. London 36, Windsor 30, and then Durham with 28, Tottenham 21, and Toronto with 16 points. All right, let's go and take a look at the scoring leaders. And Marc-Antoine Turcotte from Temiskaming, just torching everybody right now. Look at those points, 138 points in 38 games. So basically he's scored, it's got to be at least 2 or 3 points a game to get up to that point. And then Yannick Ethier and Zachary Mayhew from Temiskaming as well. Both of those two gentlemen have the 100 points plateau. And then Kyle West from St. George, along with Christian Polillo. And then Vincent Ethier sitting on the outside of that triple-digit mark with 98 points. Riley Nadeau with 95. Kellen Rosenbaum from Niagara with 91. And then you've got Cedric Therian from Ville Marie and Mike Dick from the Bradford Rattlers. Let's go over to Knights scoring now. Felix Lecomte leading the way there, 34 points. Ashton Coleman. And then right behind him, Johnathan Gosselin, who we do have in studio tonight, 25 points. Third on the team in scoring, Jack Hillworth. You've got Andy Muthew, and then you've got Emil Larson, Xavier Kaza, Alex Bolduck, Drew Elliott, and Alex Beardmore, rounding out your top 10. And we'll go back to the gentleman here. Johnathan, tell us a little bit about yourself before you came here to Meaford, and how are you enjoying your time here?
Oh, I've been enjoying it. It's been great here. So I grew up in Fairfield, Connecticut, about 2 hours from New York City. A little bit of the hockey in Connecticut was kind of rough growing up with my parents being divorced, so I had a 5-year gap in between, and once I got back into it, it was like a bullet being shot out of a gun. It was fun getting right back into it. I mean, it was unbelievable. Playing high school was very good, very competitive, and then I got a call from Dan, and it was nothing but a dream from there, basically. And it was all that I've wanted, was to play junior hockey. So.
Absolutely, no, that's good, and hopefully it keeps going and going up higher than that for you as well. Johnathan, tell us a little bit about your grassroots of hockey.
Yeah, I grew up in Quebec City. The past 4 years before I came into Meaford, I was playing for my high school. I had my two first coaches, Jerome and Kevin. They gave me my first real chance, and since then, 4 years later, I got a call from Danny, came to visit. 2 weeks later, all I knew was I was a Meaford Knights was a good decision for me. And it's really a great bunch of guys I'm with here, so I'm really happy to be here.
How do you enjoy the atmosphere of just a little town in Meaford?
I mean, I like it. I'm from like a bigger town, but I like all the communities tied together. They all support each other, and they're all always there to support us as well, and we really appreciate that as a team.
Now, you're probably used to playing in a little bit of a bigger arena, but what do you think of the arena that you get to play in the St. Vincent Community Center? Cool barn, eh?
Yeah, I like it, honestly. Yeah, I did play in bigger arena, but for sure, Meaford is really nice because it's all tied. You're close to the fans at the same time, and it's really good energy when we scored on the ice, so it's really nice, yeah.
All right, well, let's go and bring up your upcoming games here. And we're getting closer to the season end. You've got 5 games left on the schedule. 2 of those Thursday games. This Thursday, home to the Bradford Rattlers, then home to Bancroft on Sunday, and then Wednesday you're in Bradford to take on the Bulls, and then Thursday, February 13th, home to New Tecumseh, and then rounding out everything in South Muskoka on Saturday, February the 15th. So, Johnathan, when you see that schedule, definitely some winnable games up there. What's really the mindset going forward in these last 5 games?
I think the mindset is just to go in, put up some points. I mean, got to capitalize on all chances we can get and try not to let any mishaps or slip-ups happen and do what we can do and just play as a team, score.
Absolutely. Yeah, you guys have been really in it for the majority of the games that you've had this season, so that's definitely good. Well, gentlemen, I'm going to let you go, but thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate it, and we wish you all the best this week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right,
appreciate
thank
it.
you very much. And we thank you very much for joining us here for Knights Talk. Make sure to get your tickets. Get down to the St. Vincent Community Center. There are only 2 more Thursday games left. There is a Sunday game in there this coming Sunday as well at 2:30 p.m. Get those tickets for that as well. For Matt Sanderson and Knights Talk on Rogers TV.